Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Right, today's Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested over on Discord by that very busy requester, the retired Mandalorian. Clearly has way too much time on their hands now they're retired. All the way from home as well. In the fantasy world of Mandaloria. Is it Mandalore or is it a Mandaloria? I don't know. I honestly do not know. What I do know, though, is that this is a real-life location set down there in southern Europe. It's a take on the real-life location. For a start, there are aspects of this map which are exactly on point, and some have been put in for gameplay facilities. So we can look out for those. Right, before we get on and have a look at the map in close details, grab your BonBonBingo card because there may or may not be plenty of memes afoot today. And of course, if you've got nothing better to do with your time, hey Mandalorian, it's a daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Tepanje. Hopefully that's close. Topania, Slovenia by Art plus Bytes. Okay, Tepanje is a small, well, probably more of a large village than a small town. This is the take of the real life junction that exists down there. We have got terrain heights which feel realistic, although at ground level 1 or 2 of the hills had me scratching my head a little bit. Resources is field painting. If you like field painting, you're going to be good with field painting. And then if we have a little look at the fishing map, if you have Sunset Harbour and we'll do some fishing, it's not really a fisher's map, but there are a couple of options there for you. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. And we have a few requirements. We'll be using the Farmland Europe theme, Reaper's realistic final LUT, and there are a few trees and 1 or 2 props and power lines to subscribe to, and fences which are part of like road decoration. Now, in terms of the signs, I think you can probably get away with not subscribing to the signs. I say that because, well, I've done a good flyover of this and I haven't seen... You're going to tell me where you're going to see them instantly, but I did not see them anywhere. I did check the loading screen report and they are on the loading screen report, or a couple of them were anyway. So I'm a bit lost as to where they're being used. And we're down to ground level. This is a little bit away from realism. Like we have this in real life. That does exist, but the highways run together. I think... a little bit of creativity going either side of the hill there. I like that. I think that's nice. Okay, it's nice. Is it exactly realistic? Well, no, it's not. So those true realists wanting to recreate the area exactly will have to do a little bit of work to the highway here and there as well. For example, I don't know for sure whether it's elevated this section. I don't think it is at the quick glance, top-down glance on Google Earth that I took. But there we go. Notice we don't have any trees on the highways, which is nice. Got to say, it's nice. Although it's part of a theme today, which you will notice very shortly after this hill. Right, as we come over the hill, we're now heading down into the main buildable area. I think we can agree on that. There's a fairly flat plateau in amongst all the hills that you can build your city or your villages on, I guess. And this intersection, this then becomes a bit fantasy. This doesn't exist because we've just got extra highways in for playability. And, well, this seems to suffer from some trees on the roads. But it's okay because in real life it doesn't exist. But then when we come back down to the real life roads, well, they're completely clear. It's weird. Do you not think it's weird? I think it's a little bit weird. Maybe they were put in after the case and we didn't think about clearing the paths for them possibly. Start square intersection and you'll be building off to the left hand side there. Right, so we will carry on across this. We have got some lane mathematics going on, those of you that like that. Is it as polished as it could be? No, it's not as polished as it could be, but those of you that want to do that, you're very happy to do so. It's all set to go for you. With these power lines, okay, nice that they're there. but we are running through. Where are we? I think it's probably on the other side of the bridge. Come across the bridge. Yeah, we're running through some of these trees. Not necessarily the most safe way to run your power lines through a tree, but hey, you know, it is what it is. We've got this rest area up here. I think in real life this is a truck stop, so there is that. It's nice to see. It is nice to see. But yes, the those road signs. There are chevrons somewhere. Chevron signs somewhere, and I looked at all the logical places for there to be potential chevron signs. I didn't see any. I just couldn't find them. So anyway, but they are there. You probably could very happily not subscribe to them and just do your own detailing. Obviously, this intersection here is not a real life intersection. This one's just here for gameplay purposes as well. So the highway that carries on off to the edge of the map over there, that's based on real life. But if we go off into fantasy world again, and again, in the fantasy area, we have trees on the roads. Because there are no trees. There are no roads, sorry. There are no trees. There is no spoon. I have no clue what is going on. Yeah, the hill immediately in front of us. That one, I just find it an odd shape. That's not to say that isn't actually like that in real life. I haven't checked that deeply. It just seems an odd shape for me. But there are different shapes of hills all the way around the world, and more trees on the roads here. Of course, if you're playing without Anarchy, these trees won't show. They're part of the tree count. It's the only reason why I let them show. But yeah, there are trees hidden underneath the roads out in this part. And yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Who cares? Many people don't care. But I do. And I know there are a few of you that do as well, so we'll continue to show them. Okay, down to the rail. Now, as best I can tell, there is no rail in this part of the world, as far as I can tell. And the rail, I feel, has been put in here. Oh, look, there's trees on the line. So that kind of indicates anything with trees on the line or on the road is fantasy road, being put in for gameplay purposes. And it's very quick and easy to remove it, and nothing's going to get stopped by a tree on the road because this is Cities Skylines and not real life. So feel free to ignore them if that's how you want to play the game. There's different sort of maps for different sorts of people, and this one, do you know what? This is going to suit some people. All that lovely farmland in the middle of the map with the hills around the outside, and I think somebody set an alarm off. There's always something in there. There's always something. That's a Mercedes. Oh, I think the Mercedes is... yeah, well, that was fun. Shall we carry on? Yes. So all that farmland around the inside of the map and all that. It's got a nice playability feel to it. Sorry, I'm totally distracted by car alarms going off outside. Anyway, yes. The rail is within the tolerance of a City Skylines build. There's nothing going up the side of a mountain or anything like that. It might be a little bit too lumpy bumpy for true realists, but the gradients are within tolerance, I would say, for a City Skylines game. And we come back down to ground level again. I will head back the other way. There's no way to connect to this one with that one. So, and again, I don't believe these rail lines exist in real life, so it doesn't really matter too much. This then head up towards the Start Square area. If you wish to have rail coming to Start Square, this is going to be the main line that will take it. Your trains in and out of your area. And this does look like it's going to be more of a cargo line because of the way that we've got a couple of sidings coming up, and both have been marked out with what looks like some sort of gravel around it. And of course we have some sort of factory. Wonder what sort of factory it'll be. Will it be the sort of favourite factory for some people? I think it might be. So yes, we have some sidings up here as well. So I'd imagine that this will be a cargo line if that's the way you want to go. Anyway, we'll take that intermission as we take a glance at everybody's favourite factory, and we'll come back and check out for the shipping and the air routes after this.
Are you struggling with water physics in the game? Are you constantly drowning and flooding your soggy little sins? then you need the Beginner's Guide to Water Physics by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to Tepanje, Slovenia by Art plus Bytes. And the air routes. There's no shipping routes. This not the sort of map that you'd expect there to be a shipping route. But the air route, it's in one corner of the map only, and it's a bit wibbly. It's just a little bit wibbly. I'd like to have seen it going all the way across the map. Just a one straight line air route with no curves in it would do absolutely fine on this map. Running across the middle of the map, meaning that you get full coverage. It's just how I would have done it, I think. Water flow, it's very light. I imagine you'll be using alternate systems for your water flow. But yeah, for your to avoid pollution and all of that. Sorry, the rivers are very narrow, fairly slow flowing, and not massively deep. So I wouldn't go drawing from these. Go with the water towers. I'm pretty sure water towers in Slovenia are a thing. I would hope so, anyway. Anyway, yes. So that's your river. Your river actually starts and stops in the map itself. Doesn't come in from outside of the map, doesn't leave outside of the map. There's a little bit of stop-start water at the start of the map. Once you start the game engine up, like that little patch of dry land there. That's okay. Once you just give it a few moments, which we will do, that will clear itself through. So just give, with any new map, always allow the water a little time to run through before you start complaining about it, okay? I've got some nice lakes up here. In the lakes, we've got a few trees which are just dipping their toes in the water, because trees have toes. You knew that, didn't you? They also are all wearing their trunks, which is nice to see. Anyway, we're pull back the camera and have a look at the hills. So the hills on the outside of the map are fine. They're fine. I don't think you'll be doing any building out in the outer limits there. And the farmlands in the middle, they're fine as well. I have had a look at Google Earth and they don't look like Slovenian fields. The fields that I saw in the area were more long and rectangular than these irregular shaped ones. But that's fine. This texture here, obviously ploughed fields. Okay. Now, I'm showing you this one for a reason, okay? This is a minor detailing grumble, okay? So we have ploughed fields. We also have the same texture over here, though, for the railway sidings. So what looks like it's gravel is actually ploughed fields underneath the rail lines. It seems a bit of an odd selection. We've got the same going on up at those sidings as well. So, yes, what can I tell you? I mean, you can always switch things with Theme Mixer 2 if you want to. It's even listed in the requirements. Right, okay, let's have a look at today's asset of the day, and it's the legendary Jerenable with brick arches. They've been gone for a while. Good to see them back. True star of the workshop. And brick arches, which means it's time for a factoid, because factoids about arches. Arches appeared as early as the 2nd millennium BC in Mesopotamian brick architecture. Their systemic use that started with the ancient Romans, who were the first to apply the technique to a wide range of structures. And then Jerenable came along and made improvements. Obviously, this is something you're going to want things like prop snapping and move it, and probably a bit of procedural objects and all those things to make this really pop. But if you've got all of those mods anyway, I'm sure you'll be using a lot of these for some outstanding detailing. I'm quite feeling it myself for the island. I might just do that. Watch it. Watch the island on Friday. I'm not saying it'd be this Friday, but watch Island. Watch it on my Let's Play. Watch it. Brick Arches by Jerenable. Watch it on Friday afternoons, 6 PM, where you'll be able to join in with the live chat, 6 PM UK time, that is. Anyway, what do you think of today's map? Oh, hang on, water flow. Just showing you the water flow is sorting itself out, and it's working itself down the old system there. Anyway, yeah, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of your screen, or the link in the description that takes you to the voting page where you can vote for free. Okay, what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, it's quite nice, you know. It is quite nice. I have no grumbles with this, other than it's not as realistic to the area as I would like it to be. But ignoring that, it still stands up, I feel. I'm going to go for a medium-high 3 stars. Yeah, I like it. It's certainly good enough. Detailing, I would say it's good enough, but there's some cleaning up to do. So given the sort of the map that it is, I'm going to give it the 3rd star, but it's going to be a low 3 star for this one. Gameplay potential. If you're looking to recreate the area, it can be done. It's a good start spot, but it could be a lot better. If you're looking to do a generic build on it, I would say, yeah, that's pretty good. But also think about the water and all that when you're doing that. So I'm going to go for a high 3 stars for gameplay. Topania, Slovenia by Art plus Bytes. That is quite nice. I don't know what more to tell you about it. It's quite nice. It's not going to suit for everybody. It's not the most polished, beautiful map in the world. But if we didn't have good maps, we wouldn't appreciate the great maps now, would we? Clearly. Anyway, there's plenty more to come this week, so hang around for that. And if you're still here right now, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day into the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun to prove you're part of that 20 and out elite. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. I'll see you then. Have a great day.